There comes a time in every developer's life when they ask the question, how can we make games longer without actually putting in much effort? A moment later, a demon materializes and whispers two ancient words into their soul: open world. And the universe is given one more chance to unroll a map and start chasing marker icons while scaling every mountain they can see, just because there might be something on top that validates their life choices. And it was my life choice to play Halo Infinite. Dive back into the role of Master Chief as we continue the saga of a giant armor-clad soldier whose sole purpose is kicking several different shapes and sizes of alien asses all across the galaxy. Start out getting your armor-clad ass kicked right out into space and presumably dying, but 6 months later a random guy finds your frozen corpse and magically revives you to continue your hobby of alien ass kicking. Soon you'll be headed down to the surface of a giant universe-destroying space station called a Halo. Unlike other Halos, this Halo is busted, but for some reason that doesn't seem to affect the physics or the pleasant alpine forest environment. But before you can reach that forest environment, you'll have to get your introduction to the perpetual world of metallic hallways. Venture ever deeper in this blue steel world of glowing shit until you stumble upon not Cortana. What follows is a revelation about AI, someone named Halsey, and your new objective to get out of this never-ending all-metal hellscape. Once you've obtained the modern AAA requisite of a grappling hook and defeated this damage sponge boss, all you have to do is sit through the first of dozens of holographic bad guy speeches and you're ready to finally set foot in the most open part of this open world. Now you can begin your journey of scanning a map of this particular chunk of the Halo and heading toward the icons that seem the most interesting. You can liberate forward operating bases to give yourself a fast travel point and to run over some of your allied soldiers. Or you can head out into the countryside and rescue some captured soldiers so you can watch them die horribly seconds later because they're terrible at just about everything. There are also these walled-in and heavily fortified bases that serve the purpose of being slightly different from other encounters in the game. These, along with other events, all involving relentless slaughter, earn you valor points that allow you to spawn in more vehicles so you can more efficiently crush your allies. Vehicles you can use to get where you want to go slightly faster or immediately get hung up on apparently the only terrain these all-terrain vehicles can't handle. One thing this open world design does offer is the power to approach the combat in any way you want. Whether it's scaling a mountain hundreds of yards away and sniping everyone you can spot, or driving a tank hundreds of yards away and blasting everyone you can spot, the possibilities are endless. Whatever your choice is and however far away you decide to accomplish it, you'll find plenty of targets to put bullets into. Mercilessly slaughter grunts, jackals, elites, brutes, or the one new enemy for the entire game, but you probably won't be able to tell as you shoot the 8 discernible pixels from half a mile away through a rifle scope. Eventually though, if you want to finish the story, you'll have to head back into that long line of hallways and get up close and personal with this familiar variety of opponents. That's when you can break out that grappling hook again and zip in to give them a face full of electric fist. You can also make use of things like a deployable shield fortification or a useless dash move that moves you up to 3 feet in any direction. And you definitely won't forget about this threat sensor until an elite cloaks and starts chasing you around. But the most powerful weapon of all are these highly volatile boxes that can obliterate most enemies conveniently placed everywhere you'd want them and even where you don't. They're so effective at killing you'll probably kill yourself with them more than any enemy ever could. But if you are interested in dying, you'll want to head into the multiplayer mode where ass kickings are distributed freely. This early release free-to-play online adventure brings together all of the standard Halo experiences like Slayer, Capture the Flag, Strongholds, and Oddball with everyone's favorite new feature, a Battle Pass. But unlike virtually every Battle Pass in history, you don't unlock items by performing well. You instead have to achieve specific tasks like getting melee kills or playing in modes you probably hate. Thankfully, the developers have responded to the painfully slow progression of the Battle Pass by adding in an incredible feature that gives you an almost noticeable amount of XP just for existing in a match. However, if you want to take your video gaming seriously, you can always jump in the ranked mode and become one with the battle rifle. This high-precision weapon is useless without you, and you're useless without it. And if you want to shoot straighter than your enemy who is trying to kill you, you'd better be using a mouse and keyboard. So make sure you turn on crossplay. Of course, ranked play doesn't allow you to pick the game mode. You may be in any of the 4, including the nightmare that is Oddball, but at the end of the day, all you really need is good battle rifle aim, expert grenade trajectory, and a swift melee trigger, and you too can achieve the highest ranks of mediocrity. Halo Infinite. Exploring the most basic implementation of an open world is all it takes to convince your fans that you tried. There were moments in Halo Infinite that were pretty great, and just as many when I felt like the metallic hallways and dropships full of reinforcements would never end. The multiplayer is much more consistent and surprisingly addictive, but has a battle pass that feels more like a punishment than a reward system. For those reasons, I give Halo Infinite the abbreviated score of OK. If you'd like to see more hot takes, warm satire, and tepid commentary about video games, make sure to subscribe and check out my other abbreviated reviews.